Hi, it's Joy, and today I'm going to be watching The Umbrella Academy Season 1, Episode 5, which is called Number 5, which is the perfect episode for that. Which means I'm hoping that he is going to be telling more of his story, or at least we're going to be seeing more of his story. Maybe Luther will be with him, although hopefully he'll bring everyone in. And I am excited and scared because so much is going to happen. We're quite close to the end of the world. It wasn't very many days away initially, so I feel like we must be very close now. Klaus is somewhere in time, and Diego will probably be feeling quite reckless right now. And yes, I'm stressed about Leonard. Let's go. Oh no, before we go, if you would like to watch an unedited version of this reaction, you can find that on my Patreon, and you can see the next 2 weeks as well, early up on my Patreon, and you can get the edited version 1 week early, and you can just support my channel, vote in the poll for the next show I watch, etc. And yeah, huge thank you to all my patrons for supporting me, and I am excited to go. Let's go, let's go. How long has he been surviving at this point? And are there any other survivors from this time, or is it just time travelers? So he just was surviving for a very long time.
From what I could gather, we have 4 days left.
Oh god.
Why didn't you say something
It's more than I thought.
Horribly.
Not Vanya though. Is the unleashing of her powers what's causing it? Is that what Leonard's trying to do?
Whoever it was that.
You have any idea what you just did?
Oh gosh.
Let me get your ape hands off of me!
Oh, don't be mean. Oh.
They just killed my friend. Who are they, Five?
I'm sorry. Please don't be alone though. Find someone. But the world's ended. Where do these people come from? Are they aliens or? Have they been taking out people?
Into the perfect instrument for rehabilitation.
People that.
Time continuum.
Huh.
Corrections, as they call them.
Stopping things that could have actually saved the world, or?
I'm the only one.
Oh god.
So I broke my contract.
Yep. And that's when we met him. Thank you for telling me. I'm still intrigued about what the commission is and how they came to be and why they want the world to stay destroyed. Is it just America that's destroyed, or it's part of America?
It's the only way I could get back here.
That's murder.
Jesus, Luther, grow up. We're not kids anymore. There's no such thing as good guys or bad.
I mean, you'd want to think that there's another way, but I suppose if you can balance millions of lives over, billions of lives over a few. Klaus? Back on the bus. Oh my goodness. What have you been through? The last thing he needed was more trauma. What does the tattoo say? Oh.
How well do you know him? Well,
he was creeping in your house.
After yesterday, I don't.
And your pills are missing.
When something seems too perfect, it's usually anything but.
In TV shows especially. What is your goal here?
Well, honestly, I feel the best.
I wonder, is it the pills are no longer like pushing her down?
This medication. Yeah, we were all born on the same day.
Oh, right.
He's so pretending he doesn't know everything.
Thing. I forgot that.
Auditions for first chair of my orchestra.
Wait a second, what happened to the...
What did happen?
No, she just stopped showing up.
Did he kill her? Is this man a stalker?
You get to believe in yourself for once.
I mean, she should take this opportunity, but I think he killed someone, or crippled or threatened someone to get her there. Vanya deserves something good. God, no one else has even registered that he was ever missing. So did he go to Vietnam? Was that the 60s? The last thing he needed was trauma. Hopefully it helped him control his powers. Talk to him. He has relevant trauma. Yes.
How about that new tattoo?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't know. What difference does it make?
He already seems different.
Okay, how long?
Oh. My loves, I love you all. Please stop being so separate.
I don't... Okay, great. I'll just get my things too.
Families.
Bless you.
Oh my god. That is crazy.
I'm about to go on my lunch break.
Well, I could eat.
With you? No! And probably if he wasn't, you know, trying to track down the people that killed his friend, he would, the Veterans Office. They'll think you're an imposter.
Just go away, please.
Oh,
Talk to me.
thank you.
Threat?
I'm
You're
happy
threatening
now.
me? That you
Mm.
are depriving some village of their idiot.
Yep.
Oh, see, now there's a red-bellied.
Such a lovely spot.
Looks like.
We just complicate everything.
Isn't that the truth?
This is such a weird romance.
I used to
Have a vegetable garden and
Mm.
maybe even open up my own
The world's
bakery,
gonna end.
Experiment.
This is so weird. He's a mass murdering hitman.
You got a big mouth, you know that?
Oh wow, what a true
Talk to each other.
Don't tell me everything is all right because I saw you in there. You were crying like a baby. Because I lost someone.
Can relate to that.
Well, you're luckier than most.
Is it just people that don't move on that he can see, or?
You know that he and a really angry lady tortured me. I barely got out with my life.
Mm-hmm. In a motel, and then your friend came. Oh my god, they're starting to work together.
Milton Green. So who's he, a terrorist or something?
I believe he is a gardener.
You can't be serious. You're not going anywhere.
Ooh. Mm-hmm.
I can keep doing this. I know you're still a good person, Five. Otherwise, you wouldn't have risked everything to go back here.
Exactly. We're gonna figure out a different way, I'm sure. If the pills used to like dull everything inside her, that could be why like her playing lacked passion or whatever.
It's like he didn't exist.
You are unbelievable. You're trying
Oh.
to dig up dirt.
I don't trust him.
You mean you don't trust me?
No, she doesn't trust
No,
him with
This is
you.
not about you. Worry about your own daughter.
Stop hurting each other with these low blows. And even if you kick her out, Vanya, think about this. There are no records of him. That is weird.
The idiot in the mask can curb anything he throws, usually knives.
Well, he's the one we need to worry about right now.
Why?
Because he's in the parking lot hiding behind an ice cream truck.
Oh, come on, guys, we've got this. They know you're there.
Okay.
I told you to wait in the car.
Yeah, but you also told me that licking a 9-volt battery would give me pubes.
Listen to me, okay?
What did he do to the car? Did he put a tracker or a bomb or something? No, back to the stress. Okay, they're just leaving. Leaving is fine. Oh no, leaving and shooting is bad. I feel like her powers are going to be somehow linked to her music, or it'll help bring them out or something.
Right. Well,
Ugh. Find a different orchestra to play for. This guy's a jerk. She could have more quiet shoes on. Oh, something happening? Just keep waiting. Yeah, she's doing something with the violin. Can she like mind control people with the violin? Oh no, she literally just found something. Is he another kid born on the same day? Is that why he's tracked down Vanya? Because the other ones will have abilities too, right? Ooh. We need to know more. Like, did he suppress the powers because she was too dangerous in his mind, or what? Or just as the control?
Be careful.
Teamwork.
Life. You're still a young man. You got your whole life ahead of you. Don't waste it.
You can have an actual life, you child.
But as I'm sure you found out in your previous foray, my brother is not your average giant.
He's right. You dropped a chandelier on him, got right back up.
I need you to get in contact with your superior so I can have a chat with her. Face to face.
About what?
Is it Diego and Klaus? Oh my god! Oh! Oh my goodness.
I'm but a small cog.
What is the machine?
Come back to work for us again. You know it's where you belong.
Oh.
Well, it didn't work out too well the last time.
No, but you wouldn't be in the
She's gonna disarm him.
competition any longer.
I want them to survive.
Mm. No deal! We need to save the world. Oh god. Is Five just gone? Or is he gonna try and do something else from inside the... Oh god.
I was carried along by
Magic! Powers! Oh, this man is creepy! Who is he really? Is he a kid like them? Is she the one that destroys the world? I mean, I wouldn't think she did it intentionally. I'm not happy right now because he's a creepy, not real man. Oh, she's still using that power. Oh god. Oh, what is his... So he's the one that's going to destroy the world, is he? Stress. How is she feeling?
Children can never know.
Oh gosh.
Understand.
What happened? What's happening now? Did they kill the... What's happening? Did they kill him? Tell me more. Oh, that was another fantastic episode. I am so glad that we finally got more information on 5 and on the commission. I mean, obviously still exactly what it is, we don't know. I mean, are they aliens? Are they just, like, how do they exist? If the Earth is going to be destroyed and everyone dies, how are there still humans? Like, there's a lot of stuff that doesn't make sense yet, but it's not meant to make sense, so that's fine. But I loved seeing that kind of he was completely alone for the majority of the years he was away, and it was just for some of the last 5. I don't think he worked his full time with them, that he was running around shooting people. And that he kind of did whatever it took to survive and whatever it took to figure out how to get back to his family and try and save the world and to save them, which, you know, I do really like 5. I like 5 a lot more than I did when he first arrived, because what we've kind of seen behind his, like, snarky me attitude. But we need to save the world, and I'm so stressed, and him making that deal at the end and saving his family, because obviously his priority was saving them. I don't know, I mean, surely we still want to try and save the world? Or are they going to double cross him? Is he double crossing them? There is so much going on that I need to know. Like, is he just going to give up on this crusade of a lifetime and just accept that his family's fine? Or is he going to, from within the organisation, try and work against them somehow? Klaus came back, still Klaus, but also changed, if that makes sense. Like, I think his experiences have definitely added trauma to his life, but he's also experienced, you know, love for the first time, a selfless love that he gave everything to and then lost, and now he's back. I think that will have helped him grow as a character. I'm kind of sad that we saw his growth off screen rather than on screen, but he's still Klaus, which I like. It's not like he's come back a different man. But he's into more trauma, which is the last thing he needed, but it does seem like, although he's back to drinking and back to taking pills, that maybe he's had to get his abilities more under control while he's been over there. I mean, imagine a war zone would be a pretty rough place to have ghosts coming all around all the time. So maybe he's kind of developed a little bit. I'm excited to see what happens with him when we go forwards and like how his character develops. But I enjoyed him kind of having that moment with 5 where they sort of bonded a little bit, and then also him and Diego working together a lot. That was a combination that I really enjoyed, especially as I think kind of Diego was able to really think, okay, you lost someone you loved, I lost someone I loved, kind of that bonding experience there, and then working as a team was really great. I'm just enjoying the more and more characters we get interacting and joining forces. I really would like to think eventually in this show it could genuinely be the siblings as a team rather than kind of as separate entities doing things. So that was all very emotional. And it was a lot. Luther, similarly, 5 telling Luther everything, properly trusting him, taking Luther with him on the plan, and now obviously 5 has gone off, God knows where. It was great. Again, another moment of bonding, and I really enjoyed the way he was like, you're young, you've got your whole life ahead of you, not me, like me, old man. Like, it's just so fun, isn't it? Like, for the actors it must be so funny to film scenes like that, because obviously, like, technically speaking, 5, you've got a much longer life left ahead of you, plus like you get a chance to have a real life and not fall in love with and marry a third of a mannequin. You can actually find like a real wife. So I'm intrigued about what's going to happen, because that was the halfway point of the season. There's 5 more episodes, so the world ending is going to come soon. It's been a couple of days, I think, so we've only got a couple of days left. With the time travel people, they will be very mad that they got duped, but also if 5 has made a deal with the higher-ups and that deal is being honoured at the moment, surely they're going to be called back, but they don't have their weapon. Maybe they're just going to want revenge on the Hargreaves because, you know, rage, because they bested them. But also the Hazel is falling in love with Agnes, the donut shop lady, and, you know, hearing her plans and everything, and then her being like, next year I'm gonna do it. Like, there's 4 days left. So I do wonder if maybe through his sort of being tired of the way he gets treated by the system, the fact that he's let some people go in the past, he said it was because he was bored and tried to make it more exciting, but that could have just been a cover, and him falling for Agnes and wanting just the simple things in life and a bed to call his own, that maybe he's going to try and help stop the world end so that he can be with Agnes. Maybe that would be nice. I don't know if that's going to happen, but it would kind of be a point for that plot, but then this show is just very random, so that could be it. Still really sad about Detective Patch. I'm gonna get to Vanya, but I should not miss anybody else out before I do. I think that's everyone else. I'm probably missing something, and I'm very sorry if I do. So Vanya and Leonard. Now, I get why she's finding it hard to trust her siblings, because obviously they've all abandoned each other for the past 13 years and she was always left out of it, and your sister suddenly comes into your life and starts being, and first of all gives you a hard time for being closed off, then starts being like, oh no, but not that guy, no, you've not picked right. I can totally see why Vanya is doing what she's doing. I also think potentially a rush of coming off of the pills that were clearly holding her back in many different ways. I can see why she would want to, and feeling kind of letting herself go with this kind of spur of the moment love she's feeling for Leonard. But if someone did come up to me and say, look, I can't find any evidence that that man exists beyond like last week, kind of, I'd like to think I would have a little bit more kind of, but I suppose I haven't had the same upbringing as Vanya, but I hate it because she's properly falling for him, properly kind of believing in a world, she's finally believing that she deserves something good in her life, that she deserves this kind, sweet man to be falling in love with her. And she does deserve, you know, she deserves someone kind and sweet and sensitive to see how brilliant she is and fall for her. But he's not that. He's a creepy person with a dead person in the attic. He doesn't exist. He's got her off the pills for a reason. Now, I guess I didn't recognise the book if I was supposed to, that went over my head, but my guess at the moment is that it's going to be something to do with her powers that causes the end of the world, because Leonard is sort of scheming his way into her life, he's got her off the pills, and if she can't contain the power, or if he can help sort of manipulate, I'm assuming that like force was her and it wasn't Leonard forcing it. My other theory is that Leonard is one of the other children that was born on the same day as them with powers, and so maybe it is that Vanya is still powerless, but I do think it's to do with her because she stopped taking the pills, and it also leads to the question of whether the dad suppressed her powers just because he was a dick, because he was like wanted a control child, or whether when she was very young, the first signs of the powers were so destructive or so powerful that he didn't want to risk her having them. Which again would be a similar thing to shoving Klaus in a mausoleum and locking him in there. That is not the answer. Trying to help her train to use her powers, maybe even when she's a tiny child who can't really regulate emotions and stuff, keep her on pills, and then when she's older, help her train, would be far better than this. But I'm so intrigued by what's happening there, but I'm also so scared because I don't believe Leonard is who he said, well, we know Leonard isn't who he said he is, and I don't think he's a good person. I was holding out hope for the longest time, like, well, maybe, you know, he's lying and being a bit sneaky and suspicious, but he genuinely wants what's best for Vanya. I don't think that anymore. So I am very stressed, and, you know, Alison almost found the dead body. If he hadn't come home, she would have found it. There's just a lot of stress happening, and Vanya's going to get her heart broken. But at the same time, I think with everything she's been through, finally finding out she's special, what's that going to do to her mental state? Just, it's a lot. And I definitely think that the pills she was on they were suppressing the ability, but I think if anything, they were also kind of making her a bit more anxious and depressed rather than kind of being pills to alleviate that. So just so much is happening. We're halfway through. How have I only watched 5 episodes of this show? Oh, I love it. So I'm stressed. I am excited. I can't wait to watch more. You can find the unedited version of these reactions on my Patreon, and you can also get the edited versions 1 week early, unedited 2 weeks early. And yes, I love the show. Thank you so much for watching.